Hey friend, welcome back to your mat. I'm Kendall, this is Yoga Strong, and this tutorial will guide you through a series of back bends. We'll begin with bridge pose. I will then demonstrate supportive bridge pose, which is a great restorative back bend, and then we'll move into wheel pose or upward bow, which is the most probably physically challenging and advanced back bend. So all of these postures will lengthen through the back line of our body as well as open our hearts and cultivate energy and mindfulness. So when you're ready to break it down, meet me on your mats and we'll get started. Alright, so let's begin lying down on our mats. We'll start with bridge pose. So plant your feet about hip width distance here and stack your knees over your heels. Bring your arms to rest by your sides, palms pressing down firmly into the mat. Now slightly tuck your tailbone here, drawing your tailbone forward, which eliminates that C curve in our spine. So our spine is pressing down into the mat. So simply, we're going to exhale out all of our air. Inhale, lift your pelvis towards the ceiling and press your hips up, really engaging here through the back line of our legs. Particularly our hamstrings are doing a lot of work as well as activating and engaging through our spine. Now release your glutes. We don't want our glutes active here. And continue to draw your tailbone forward as you press up through your pelvis. Now I like to shimmy my shoulders underneath my body to give myself a little bit more lift, to lift my heart even higher. And then ultimately we're tucking our tailbone, or tucking our chin rather, into our chest to find that chin to sternum connection. Now you can also interlace all 10 fingers to find that chest expansion grip and use that leverage from your hands to press your pelvis even a little bit higher up. As you can see, my arms are really engaged here and my shoulders are drawing together and down my back. Hold for 3 rounds of breath. And slowly release vertebrae by vertebrae back down to the mat. And you can take a Supta Baddha Konasana as a release, bringing the soles of your feet together and opening your knees wide. It's a nice decompression of our spine. So next up, I will demo supported bridge or restorative bridge pose. So take your block, and you can use any level of your block. You can use the low layer, the middle layer, or the tall layer. I'll use the middle layer. And we're basically going to do the exact same thing we just did with our bridge pose, pressing into your palms, lifting your pelvis up towards the sky, shimmying your shoulders underneath you, and then once you get that lift, take your block and simply put it underneath your hips and rest back down on your block. In fact, I'm actually going to use the higher level here. And you want to place the block right about at your sacrum. And it's simply taking the effort and the work out of bridge pose. You can really just relax and restore here. I recommend hanging out in this posture for at least 5 rounds of breath longer if you can. This is a great posture for reducing stress, tension, anxiety, and it's a really great posture to do right before bed. If you're a troubled sleeper, just kind of keep your block next to your bed and pop into a supported bridge before you try and close your eyes, because it will really help you wind down and help you sleep better. So again, try and hang out here for at least 5 rounds of breath so you're really getting the benefits of this restorative posture. And when you're ready, press through your heels, lift your hips up, and gently and slowly release the block and return to your mat. So last but not least, we will move into wheel pose or upward bow. Now this is a very challenging and advanced inversion, and it really engages and activates our spine, stretches and lengthens through the whole back line of our body, and opens our heart and lengthens through the front line of our body as well. So keep your palm or your heels planted, your feet planted rather, same as we were in our bridge pose. So about hip width distance, your knees directly over your ankles. And bring your palms flat down on the mat by your ears. All 10 fingers are pointing towards my shoulders here. And you want your palms not out, not in. You want your palms and your fingers pointing directly towards your shoulders. Elbows are stacked over your shoulders, gazing up. Now we're going to exhale out all of our air. Inhale, lift up, wheel pose. So pressing firmly through my palms as well as my feet, and engaging through my hamstrings to lift my pelvis and my hips up towards the ceiling. I like to step my feet in a little bit closer towards my hands in order to push my chest and my shoulders back. You ultimately want your shoulders stacked over your wrists, and gaze down towards the bottom of your palms here. For an added challenge, you can straighten your legs and press your heart and your shoulders back. You can also lift one leg, maybe the other. Lots of fun variations we can do in our wheel pose. And ensure that you hold this posture for at least 3 rounds of breath in order to get the full benefits of the inversion. And slowly release, gently back to your mat. I like to hug my knees into my chest, give myself a squeeze. Maybe take a happy baby. Or find that Supta Baddha Konasana by bringing the soles of your feet together and knees open wide. One palm to your heart and one to your belly. All right, my friends, that was 3 rounds of bridge, different variations. Classic bridge pose, restorative bridge pose, as well as wheel or upward facing bow. My name is Kendall. This is Yoga Strong, where form meets fitness, and we'll see you here next time.